Like, isn't it? It's like as if we can have a grill in, isn't it?
Yeah. You do a heck of a lot, I've got to say. I really take my hat off to them. Because they've been friends for, since they first started, like.
Dawn is really hardworking and she's a force to be reckoned with. And so is Lynn. They are like a power couple.
They're like chalk and cheese, basically.
I love to be very quiet in the beginning. I don't bomb me out to myself, giving me courage to do something.
And I suppose that's the same for me, Lynn, is that you completely changed my world and my perception of learning disabilities. Because I didn't really know much about learning disabilities other than there were some learning disabilities on my husband's side of the family that I was just getting to know a little bit more. So you completely changed, rocked my world then, I should say.
I got fed up in the day to me and my baby went to Cardiff to see what it was all about. We talked to the members of staff and we talked to People First then.
Locally.
No,
Because what I remember you telling me was that they were trying to set up a South Wales network at that time, weren't they?
Yeah. In the daytime that we drove around to sit on different tables to the members of and we did everything for like it was name.
Yeah, so it was about having a voice in that day centre, wasn't it? And changing things to make it better for you around that area at that time.
Yeah.
And then we during the 1990s, were started to do things more locally.
Locally. Like we concentrated on lots of people first. Like move about again.
So in 1995, boundaries were changing again, but then I came in 1996 as working for People First, and we then started developing RCT People First.
People First.
And we've had lots of changes along the way.
Yeah.
I think when you've been around as long as we have,
Yeah.
we see lots of changes.
Yeah.
We had some funding and we were able to rent a very 3-storey building in Porth and then employ more staff.
We had both 12 staff. We had 6 years along the funding.
What was it like having that space?
Well, very, very nice because all of them had coming and volunteer when they was through.
We had lots of members coming back, folks. We had the 3-storey building.
Yeah.
We used to have like a big computer suite there.
Yeah.
We employed people with learning disabilities because we are run by people with learning disabilities. We wanted to employ people with learning disabilities as well. And it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we were like one big family.
It was like going to work. It was like going home.
Yeah.
So we had to get the folded up and then they want me to drawn again.
driving around in my car
Yeah.
and working off my kitchen table.
Yeah.
Yeah, on anywhere that we could.
Find
to
the
work on,
room. We look like the room. But when I am dead, let's put that out.
Yeah, it was very difficult, wasn't it, trying to work out the rooms and share rooms with people
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And then we had a little bit of funding and we could have a room in Interlink where we had an office space then, didn't we? We were slowly sort of climbing back up the ladder again, I suppose, innit? And slowly more funding was coming in. Then we had to leave where we were and we were looking for a new place to rent. We knew we couldn't afford a building of our own because we were still trying to get more funding in. So we did a lot of sums and, you know, thinking about can we afford it, because we still didn't have lots of money at that time. More funding started to come in.
That day was nuts, wasn't it? I've been working here for the last 2 or 3 years. Prior to that, I worked with People First when it was RCT People First for about 11 years, and due to funding coming to an end, the job ended, so I was redundant, so I've been lucky enough to be back here for the last couple of years. People First to me is more than a job. It's where I feel I belong. I absolutely love working alongside people. I think this is the way that co-production is the way forward. People should listen to what people have to say. People with lived experiences, it is their life. They know better than everybody else, than professionals and everybody else. I just love being part of this team. We're all equal, there's no hierarchy. When I came back, it was just coming home.
We were constantly working around the clock, filling application forms in for funding, and all of a sudden learning disabilities was back on the agenda again, so there was more funding available. And yeah, we were growing, and now we're employing 5 people with learning disabilities again, and 5 without, and we have 5 full-time members of staff now.
The first time I met them in here, when I had those focus groups before, they said to Lisa, would you like to go to People First? I said yes as a volunteer first. And then I had a paid job, then they got funding for that. I learned about the rights of the disabled people, and I got more confidence now when I used to be.
I'm not going to know you, Don.
You're not going to know me?
How long have I known you?
Oh gosh, long time. I think the work that still needs to be done is there are a lot of health inequalities for people with learning disabilities, and COVID it was there before COVID, but COVID has highlighted it even more, because I think there's still a huge lack of understanding of learning disabilities within health and within social care, within communities. I think there's lots more to do about creating safe places and communities for people, somewhere that if they need some help and support, that
go in and everybody can help and support them.
yeah.
They're like a married couple anyway. They argue and all, but she's been good characters there.
Lynn sort of like has changed my life really, my world, in opening my eyes into learning disabilities. And I just think that I became hooked. I wanted to make sure that as many people with learning disabilities could have their voices heard. And Lynn is the brain. I always call her the brain. She knows so much. I'm constantly in awe at her knowledge and her skills and the way that she tackles things all of the time.
Company, and I like being in the busy of it.
If it wasn't for Lynn and Dawn, there would be no People First. and they've kept it going all these years, and they've made it, you know, they've brought in more staff, me and everyone else, and they've kept it going this long. Let's hope it keeps going forever.
They're a formidable couple. You know, they've been around for so many years. They've been my mentors, massive inspiration. Oh, look at me gone. They've inspired me, and I think it's just the determination, the passion they have for the job as well. You know, it just, I think they're a special couple, without a shadow of a doubt. And to do 25 years in self-advocacy with the same people is no mean feat, you know, is a massive achievement which needs to be celebrated.
I was young once,
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
I think people first have aged us, haven't they?
Yeah.
Drastically. In the end, we still that age of me.
Yeah.
I never wanted to work in learning disabilities.
No.
And you never wanted to meet me.
No.
And then we look at that, and now we look at ourselves today. It's amazing, isn't it? And we just never killed each other along the way. Yeah, we've come a long way, girl, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Disability and power, disability and disability jacket.